This is the third segment on the discussion of Fromm's Art of Loving. Fromm believed that there are aspects of what is and what is not love. Fromm brings us the two different types of people that are not love. He introduces the idea of the sadist and the masochist. The masochist is the person who has no sense of identity, that sacrifices their sense of self for the time of another. The masochist begins to worship the other person. They become the oxygen which they need to survive. The separation for the masochist causes despair. The recurrent theme here is that the masochist needs to allow the self to be denied and find this sense of self in their partner. Fromm argues that the masochist does this in order to avoid the anxiety from the sense of separation, and second, the masochist does this because he, like previously discussed, has no freedom, no individuality, and a diminished sense of character in order to preserve the other person. The other aspect of these personas that are not love is the sadist. The person who sees their partner as part of them, but in the sense that they do not love this person, but instead use them to inflate their identity. The sadist has little care for the feelings or interest of their partners, and tends to dictate what these feelings should be. The sadist wants to absorb the other just for the sake of ego. As you might have already guessed, these two go hand in hand. Often the two find themselves in a strange and dark symbiotic relationship, which is not love. Fromm argues that love cannot be in this activity. It cannot be the worship of another. It cannot be the diminishing either. As in order to love, he says that both must become one and remain two. What I believe he means by this is that love is gestalt, in the sense that individuality must be kept for both parties, while making a greater whole together. In order to accomplish this, love has to be the act of giving and not receiving. For many who are not ready to love, they are not ready to give. As to give is not to lose, for having the idea of losing is to again think of love in terms of economics. The pure act of giving is to give without the expectation of return. As this form of giving without return is in fact creating, and creation is sublime, as there is no loss for the lover, and there is only gain for the loved. Understanding this, we can conclude that love is the power that produces love, or to love is to love another in relationship to being loved. To make this less abstract, imagine the teacher who learns from their pupils, or the artist that interacts with their crowd. And that is everything for this segment on Fromm. There will be more next time.